What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you stopping by for the first time, if you see something that you like here today, please don't forget to subscribe at some point. Those of you stopped by that have been before, welcome back to TLTG Reviews, my friends. Glad you came to see me. So this was actually requested by a few people a few weeks back. I apologize to those gentlemen for just now getting around to it, but today I'm bringing you 10 date night fragrances for the heat during the summer. Stay tuned. So jumping off into the first one, I actually recommended this one in my 10 summer fragrances, my designer list for date nights. It still has that seductive Armani Code DNA, but a much fresher take. It's Armani Code Colonia. Great fragrance. Doesn't really get much hype or get featured too often, aside from maybe Jeremy Fragrance bringing it up. Not a whole lot of people really talk about it because it is a blue fragrance. At the end of the day, it's just the Armani Code blue fragrance, really and truly, but it does perform very well. It still has that sweet powdery tonka bean with a little freshness, a little orange up top, that seductive DNA of Armani Code, which actually makes this thing perfect for date nights in the summer. It can handle the heat very well, especially later in the evenings. I mean, you're going to be inside. It doesn't have to be some super freshy. It can have a little bit of seduction, some spicier notes and stuff like that. Maybe a little booze. You can have some of those things as long as it doesn't wear too heavy. And this absolutely does not wear too heavy. This is a very light version of Armani Code and great for a summer date night. And that's Armani Code Colonia. Next is one I haven't featured in quite a while on the channel, actually. And I don't have that little Michael Jordan tester cap, travel size cap on it anymore. I actually bought the proper cap for it. As you can see here, it's Givenchy, gentlemen only. So it's actually a tester bottle. I actually have the real deal cap. I got lucky. I've been keeping my eye on eBay for a long time trying to get one of these caps, and finally caught one for $7. But this is very playful yet professional at the same time, if that makes any sense. The incense in this, it's got a fruitier kind of smell to it. Can be great in the high, excuse me, in the high heat. Better for if you're going to sit on the patio at the restaurant, places like that. Because now that everything's starting to open up, people are flocking to the restaurants to go out to eat. Everybody's tired of eating in, tired of cooking. Guys and gals want to go on dates. And something like Givenchy Gentlemen Only is going to work perfect in this heat. It's not real heavy and real dense to where it'll get cloying if you're sitting outside on the patio or something like that, like I was saying. But even if you're eating inside for dinner, this isn't the sexiest fragrance on the planet by any means. That's not what I'm saying. But it'll really fit a summer night, a summer evening, going out to dinner, just going to a steakhouse, whatever. Just going with your lady is something that she'll enjoy wearing, that you'll enjoy the way you smell. It's going to perform pretty well too. And that's Givenchy Gentlemen Only. Very overlooked these days. Next, in my opinion, from this particular line, this is kind of the one for the heat that you can really get away with. From Hugo Boss, it's Boss the Scent, the Eau de Toilette, the original. Don't get me wrong, it spawned a bunch of flankers that are all fantastic. The only one I haven't, there's two I haven't tried, the Intense and the Absolute. I have the rest, the Parfum, Private Accord. I feel like I'm forgetting one, and this one, but this is the lightest. Doesn't really project real heavy, but it's very seductive with that Maninka fruit and the leather. This will really pull her in. This is perfect for a dinner situation. So if it is a little on the hotter side, it's not going to get real cloying like one of the other offerings from the line would, because they're so much more dense. There are a lot heavier ingredients in it. This does have leather and things like that, but it's such a lighter compound that you can really get away with wearing this on a date in the summer. This is actually perfect in those situations. Even for an outdoor dinner on a patio, like I was saying before, this will really work, and this is a very seductive DNA. The ladies really enjoy this. That's why it has the name The Scent. That's why the marketing behind it is for date nights. And this is perfect for those situations. That's Boss the Scent, the Eau de Toilette. Another one. Nobody really talks about it because Private Accord's so good, and Absolute, from what I understand, is great as well. Now we're getting into one that's very, very fresh that you probably have already because your woman loves it on you so much. It's Dolce & Gabbana, the original light blue. This is, oh man, summer compliments from the ladies in a bottle. This stuff is great. It's been around for 13, 14, 15 years now, something like that. It's either 05 or 07 it came out. Reason they still sell a lot of bottles. Ladies love the way this smells on a man. Just saying. Doesn't perform too great like it used to, 4 or 5 hour fragrance, but in this situation, that's probably perfect. Most dates aren't really going to go past that to begin with. For dinner, this is going to be great. This is going to make her want to scoot a chair next to you if she knows you're wearing it. I mean, she'll know you're wearing it. Obviously, she'll probably see you spray it on before you leave the house. But most of you will agree with me, I'm sure. This is a favorite among your lady if you have it. If you don't have it, you should get a bottle of Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. It's not that expensive. Coupon code for FragranceNet down below and a link. Check it out. Your lady and you will thank me later. This is perfect for a date night in the summer because, like I said, your lady's going to love the way it smells on you. Next, when I did my top 10 most complimented fragrances of all time, in the comments people kept asking me, how in the world is Spicebomb not on there? Spicebomb has pulled a lot of compliments for me, but those 10 were the ones that, you know, beat it out. Well, this video is actually perfect for one of the flankers in the Spicebomb line that's no longer with us, sadly. Spicebomb Fresh. This is the 20 milliliter travel size. This is absolutely going to fill that role for you. For those of you that thoroughly enjoy Spicebomb, this is the fresher take. And this is going to be perfect for a summer evening and a summer date, because you're still going to get that Spicebomb DNA with a little added sea salt and some heightened grapefruit to really freshen this thing up. People just say, oh, it's a watered down version. That is not true. The compound is different. The base DNA is there with some fresher components, like I said, with that added sea salt and that heightened grapefruit note. This is great. It's sad that they discontinued it, and the bottles, I haven't really looked lately. I believe it's still pretty easy to get. It's just I don't wear it enough. I have so many to wipe out this 20 milliliter to really justify getting a bottle. But I'm gonna spray it one more time, because I'll tell you what, guys, those of you that have it or have tried it, oh man, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is great. And if your lady enjoys Spicebomb on you in the cooler months, she'll definitely enjoy Spicebomb Fresh on you in the warmer months. Get some, wear it on your next date, and thank me later. Next, this is another one I haven't featured in quite a while. One that got some hype for a good while when it first came out in the following year. Perfect DNA for this situation from this line. It's Bvlgari Man Black Cologne. Has that signature tuberose that the line's known for. Spices toned down, freshened up with an added rum note. Okay. Oh man. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful summer fragrance. Perfect for a summer evening. I want to smell it again. It's just so good. It's another one that gets lost in the shuffle that I forget I have sometimes, that deserves attention. And when you wear this one to dinner, you'll gain some attention from your lady. Just throwing it out there. It had to be on a list like this. It had to be in this video. It's one that's kind of underrated at this point. It's not really a hidden gem so much as it's underrated, because, like I said, it had some praise and it was featured quite a bit early on. But here in the last year or so, you don't really see anybody talking about it much, and it's a shame, because it's such a good fragrance and it's a fantastic date night fragrance for this time of year. When it's starting to heat up, it's getting still in the 80s at night. It's hot. It's flat out hot. This is going to handle that situation for you, and that's Bvlgari Man Black Cologne. Next is a fragrance from kind of an indie house, something you may not have heard of before. Some of you have. They have clones, they have inspirations, and they have originals. And this is an original. This is from Genre Parfums. R.A.M.C, which stands for Ran After My Car. The story behind this one is I smelled so good, she even ran after my car. Very, very clever. Devin Bro. Check him out on Facebook. There's only certain times of the year that orders are available, and this is a must-have. I have 5 fragrances from Genre Parfums, and this is the best one without a shadow of a doubt. I actually got this partial compliments of my buddy Steve, Fragrance Fanatic. I'll actually link his channel below if you want to go check out Steve. Fantastic content. This stuff is so good. Very seductive, very fresh citrus. This is something that can blow Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue out the water. Follow me on that. If your lady loves Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue on you, this is a much more dense, citrusy type of freshie that's got that compliment gaining DNA. Doesn't smell like Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. I'm saying in the realm of freshies that gain compliments, the name's fitting, because you will smell so good that she'll probably run after your car. Next, this one's just going to have you smelling expensive. It can be more on the casual side, but it can definitely dress up very easily. The way I like to describe it is kind of like a peppery bar of soap because it's got such a good soapy lavender to it. It's the original Luna Rossa from Prada. Very good fragrance. It's clean, it's inviting, it's got an elegance to it, it's classy, without being overly dressy and overly formal. This is great for a summer date. You can spray away, go, your lady's gonna think you smell great, held the table next to you. Depending on how soon after you spray it you arrive to the restaurant to your table, they may think you smell great too. Doesn't project heavy by any means, but in that first hour or so, people will be able to smell you pretty easy within a few feet, and you're gonna smell very expensive. Prada's known for making you smell expensive, and Luna Rossa is nothing short of that, because when you wear this, you're gonna feel expensive, you're gonna smell expensive, and depending on how you dress, you might just look expensive. Try it out for your next summer date. It's Prada Luna Rossa, the original. This is a date night king. And no, it's not La Nuit de l'Homme. I debated on putting it because technically even in the summer nights you can wear it. You just got to be easy on the sprays, but it can be a little too much for the heat. But you know what's not a little too much for the heat? Dolce & Gabbana the One, the Eau de Toilette. Yes, you can still pull off the Eau de Parfum in this situation too, but this just lightens it up just a little bit more. I get about the same performance. I have tried the Eau de Parfum several times at department stores on my skin. I had already had this, and there's no point to me in getting both because it's redundant. Eventually one day I will, but if you have the Eau de Toilette, totally fine. This is the one that started it all. This is what made it popular. That ambery tobacco. This is so good. Ladies love this. I've been getting fussed on some of my videos recently. Guys are like, man, I prefer the One. I prefer the One. Where's the One? Why is the One not on the video? Well, here you go, guys. This is the perfect video to have the One on. And I know y'all prefer the Eau de Parfum. I prefer the Eau de Toilette. I enjoy it thoroughly. It does the same job. And if it's really hot outside, if you're in the South like I am in South Texas, the lighter compound's probably going to work out a little bit better for you. Tried and true. Works every time. Dolce & Gabbana the One, the Eau de Toilette. And last, this one may surprise some of you because it's really kind of a cooler weather fragrance. It's the Eau de Parfum denser version of the line. It's from Guerlain, L'Homme Ideal, the Eau de Parfum. One of the newer batches. It doesn't have the painted sides anymore. I don't like that they did that. It is a clean look, don't get me wrong, but I like having the painted sides. Now hear me out on this one. The cherry note. As your skin heats up, that cherry really comes out. Easy on the sprays. 2 sprays. Behind the neck, behind the ear on each side. Good. Projecting plenty. Table next to you is going to smell you. Your lady is going to be seduced. Yes, this is a cool weather fragrance. It's phenomenal in the cool weather. This is a stud in the fall and winter, early spring. Don't get me wrong. But in the heat, I wouldn't wear it in the middle of the day, 110 degrees outside. No, no, no. That's not its use. Not to me anyways. Put those 2 sprays on and go to dinner. You'll thank me later. Well, that's the 10 I got for you today, guys. I know the last one was probably a surprise, especially with what I had to say. But try it out. You may be surprised how well it works. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. How many of these were you expecting to see? How many of these surprised you? I'm sure there's a few. To the gentleman that requested this video, here you are, my friends. I apologize for the delay. I just had a lot of videos in the queue. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on some of these, you wear them to dinner with your lady, pretty confident there's a chance you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.